welcome back to my channel, guys. So welcome to our first, well, this probably be the only, because it's just gonna do a quick summary of everything, a 2025 recap of everything that went down in my life for 2025. It's a hard. So the first takedown of 2025 was me deciding that I wanted to join the army. I've always wanted to do this since I was in Jamaica, leave high school, but the girl is too short, and JDF was not having it because I was too short. So welcome to America, where nothing is impossible. So I decided that, okay, I don't want to go full time. I want to do part time. I want to be able to come back to my civilian job, to my family and friends and everything. So I decided that I'm going to do the National Guard. Fast forward, did the test, went to basic training, went to AIT, completed basic training, went to AIT, which is job training, graduated, honor grad, yes. And then I came back home June, went back to work said June, and then going about my business, working, getting back into the groove of civilian life. I left for like 6 months. Training was 6 months, and then you come back to civilian world. You feel like an alien. You feel so out of place. Your family, friends, everybody is the same. People you're used to, but somewhat is like, y'all don't get me. And it's like, my phone, why is my phone making noise? Why do I have to use my phone? Who gave me my phone? Mind you, when you didn't have the privilege, it was an issue. And now you come back where you can do whatever you want in the free world, it was still an issue for me. So adjusting was a bit, I didn't want to be outside. Or anxiety, I didn't want to be outside. I'm so used to just being on base, the drill sergeant telling me what to do, where to go. That was my life. If I was on time for work, even though I had to drive like an hour and a half, I was still on time for work. Let me check this microphone again. Being hour and a half, I had to drive to, because when I came back, I moved to a new state, other than the state that I'm doing National Guard for, and where my civilian job was. So I had to commute an hour and a half to work, and then coming back home, it would be probably like 1:45 or so, 1:45 with traffic. Without traffic, it probably would be the same hour and a half or less. Depends on how the highway is free. But yes, so I went to basic training, AIT, came back home, back to civilian job. So we're in September. September 28th was your girl's birthday. And then boom, October 1st, driving to work. About 5 in the morning, my little sister called me. Your grandma is dead. I'm like, what? She said, grandma dead. I'm like, girl, if you don't hang up this phone, take my grandma to the hospital if she's not feeling well, and then you call me back. But don't call me about no death. I started crying immediately. Started sinking. I feel like I wanted to go into the surface. Because I'm like, ain't no way. God, we have a deal. This is not happening. I'm not even receiving it. It's not happening. I proceeded to still driving. Tell me why I'm still driving to work instead of turn back and go home. Because I'm like, no, this is not real. I'm at work now. I pull up in the parking lot. I start breaking down because my sister called me to say, yes, we took her to the hospital and they just pronounced her dead. She's dead. The yell that I yelled in my car, I don't know how bystanders, though, that's that the word bystanders, they don't hear me, because I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, no. At that point, everything that I started to accomplish for 2025, it didn't make any more sense. It didn't make no sense to me. Because how can one of the person that's supposed to benefit, that I feel like deserve like to see me in this life, that is supposed to benefit for all their hard work, for raising me, how is that person not supposed to be here to see all of it, to enjoy any of it, to say, I'm like, God, you're lying to me, you're playing with me. So I'm at work, My manager said I can work from your office. My friends and everybody, they know how close my grandma is to me. They're like, you need to go home. I don't think you should be at work. You need to go home. The contact crying. I'm waiting for somebody to call me and say, we're mistaken. She's alive. I didn't receive that call. I did not. And I wasn't just breaking for myself. I was breaking for my mom, my entire, or her 4 kids, my cousins. I was crying for everybody because I'm like, my grandmother is the head. Like, we can't. It's like, the family tree, like there's one person. For us, it was just this one person and everybody just branch off of her. How can, our lives don't make sense anymore. That's how I felt. Me. That's how I felt. Because I'm like, we're so close. How, it was a lot. And then fast forward to a week later, I'm at work, I'm sick, my grandma died. I don't want to eat, I don't want to do anything, I don't want to talk. I just want to go, I don't even want to go to work. But I took like 3 days off and it was time to go back to work. And I'm like, nothing don't make sense anymore. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sign up something to go make the army go work me. Work me. I want to be busy. I want to be busy. So I'm like, okay. But prior to her passing, I did my PT test and I completed the application to go do army work. Because after going back to my civilian job, I'm like, this is not me anymore. The space, and then my grandma died. I wanted to escape again. I wanted to just go do the army work. When I get my days off, I'll come home. That's what I wanted my life to be at that point. I didn't want to exist openly anymore. So we're in a week exactly. She died on a Wednesday, October 1st, 2025. And a week later, on a Wednesday, I'm at work. And my sciatic nerve started aching. Well, at first, I didn't know what it was. I went to the urgent care. And the doctor came out. She's familiar with me. And she's like, congratulations, you're pregnant. And I'm like, ooh, I started crying. No, I'm not. She's like, yes. I said, no, I'm not. She's like, yes. Unless you have a tumor growing inside of your uterus, yes, you're pregnant. Congratulations. So, for those who are binge running with me, you saw my video that I did. I will put the link in the description box below so you can recap, where I spoke about complications where I had one of my tubes removed. I've been battling with PCOS, not officially being diagnosed. I was about to start that process of doing all of the tests to be officially diagnosed with PCOS. And prior to me finding out that I was pregnant, my OB, after coming back from training, I started going back to my checkup and everything. The OB discovered that I have two small fibroids. So I'm like, ain't no way. I wasn't preventing, doing anything to prevent, because I'm saying, out of all the women on this earth, that was my mindset. Of all the women on the planet, it hasn't been that easy for me regarding conceiving, and I don't think it will be. So I have a little time. Ain't no sense me preventing nothing. I can free ball. So to hear her tell me that, and then I'm like, no, I'm crying. I'm like, no, my grandma just died. No, that I'm pregnant. Blah blah blah. She's like, listen to me. Go on your vacation. Do what you have to do. Go bury your grandma when it's time. Have fun. Don't worry about anything. Don't think about anything. I'm like, remember my history. I already had a miscarriage before. Way after I did the tube removal, I had a miscarriage and everything. I'm like, should I be worried? And she's like, no, everything seems okay. Mind you, I had a miscarriage before. I have one tube with all of the PCOS and no fibroids. I'm very much paranoid. I wanted to be happy. I wanted to sit in the moment. I was grieved. There's grief. There's a lot of emotion in accepting that, okay, I'm pregnant. Call my partner immediately. I'm crying on the road, telling him that I'm pregnant. He's telling me to calm down. I'm very much dramatic, overreacting on the phone. And that was that. Fast forward again. So, because of traditions, I was told that, or tradition, Jamaican tradition, I was told that I can't view her, I can't dress her, I can't do anything because I, we say young belly. Yeah, young belly. So, after basically planning the entire funeral and everything, I couldn't view her at the church. I was going crazy. And then we got to the cemetery. My cousins, my aunt, my mom, everybody got to say their final goodbye, and seal her in. And I was just standing outside the cemetery. I was just standing there. I'm like, I'm gonna step in at this burial ground. But I listened. I didn't go anywhere. That was hard. I'm like, did I just not get to say? How much harder can this get? I did not say goodbye to my grandma. That's somebody that raised me. That's like my father. Since all my 20 something years, it's been my aunt, my mother, and my grandmother. I know she's just not here anymore. That was a lot. I'm like, every time every time I text her or call her, she'd be like, "Oh, you're pregnant? You're finally pregnant?" And I told her and my mom last year that 2026 they're definitely getting our grandchild out of me. Grandchild is here, but unfortunately she's not here physically. But I know that there's a God. There's somewhere else that we go after we pass. So she's seeing everything. She is seeing everything. So that's how I comfort myself. I was like, oh, after I have baby, I'm going to bawl my eyes out because I haven't been doing any of that because I had my unborn child to think about. Breaking down, I didn't want him to get all of that emotion. So, but I given birth, but there's no, oh, I'm going to cry now, I'm going to break down. No, I have hard days. Especially yesterday was Mother's Day. That's the first Mother's Day. I didn't get to tell her Happy Mother's Day. She didn't get to tell me my first Mother's Day. It was a beautiful day for me because I'm finally a mom, but it was very bittersweet because I'm celebrating my first Mother's Day. My grandma is not here. It was a hard day for my aunts, my mom. They went to visit her in Jamaica and I had to be there on video call. It's like, yo, but I want to say that in closing my video, because I have to do a whole new video to talk about my birth experience, that pregnancy separate, but that's just mainly how my 2025 being excited. Okay, I joined the army. I did this thing for me, for my family, for my future children, all of that stuff. To my family being proud of me, to me celebrating my birthday, me celebrating weight loss, weight loss. Oh, it's my weight loss. I can't get stop saying it. That was a big thing, That was a big thing. To my grandma just passing, and then it was winter came right after, and everybody knows winter is very depressing. But I have my village, my partner. Yeah, I had my support system 10 toes down for me. So that wasn't all that bad. We had a little hurdle in the winter time during pregnancy, but I need to talk about that in the pregnancy video. But that's just mainly what happened in my 2025 that shook me to my core. Um, you never stop grieving, but I'm not resting in my hard. I'm not wallowing in my hard days. I'm moving on as the days goes by because now I have a whole human being to think about. And he needs to see his mom at her best. Not every day. She won't every day, but he needs to see the best me. The best me? Yes, he needs this version of me constantly. I need to be consistent for him. So I can't just lay in my sad days when they come. But for the most part, I'm doing so. That's basically a quick recap of how my 2025 went down from a high to a low. But we're back at a high now, a very high. So thank you for watching my video. Thank you for liking and sharing. Don't forget to hit the post notification bell so you get notified when the upcoming videos are posted on my channel. Until next time, lovies. Bye.